Hey, I'm going to show you step by step how to assemble this water mill, and I'm going to do it right after this short introduction.
Let's get ready to rumble! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Welcome to the Iron Horse Route, home of the Denver and Rio Grande Western. This is Brian. I'm glad you're here, and if you're not already a subscriber, I want to encourage you to subscribe, because when you're a subscriber here, you get access to a lot of great model railroad video uploads. And so now that you're subscribed, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video upload, which is coming up right now.
Let's get ready to rumble!
That's right, everybody. My name is Brian, and if you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you, and we're going to get straight to the work. Let's do it right now. I'm going to show you how I assemble this water mill. First, I'll show you an assembled version, almost all the way assembled version. I don't have the deck railings in, I don't have the stairs on, and I don't have the beams that hold the deck up in there, but otherwise it's done. All right, so this is what it looks like, or what yours might look like once it's assembled. I'm going to go through the instructions in order, so to just keep things organized for everybody. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you painted the interior of the model if you intend to. Then you want to, number 2, you want to paint the exterior of the model if you intend to. 3, you want to apply the window frames, these little guys right here. You want to go ahead and apply them. Number 4, you want to flip your walls over and apply the filament to the back for your windows. All right. Number 5, you're going to use your number 11 blade, if you have not already, to go around and remove all the flashing, and you want to make sure you remove it well. Okay, because most of these pieces fit very snugly, and if you leave flash on here, then it's not going to fit. All right, so make sure you get all the flash off the model very clean. You should have 45-degree angles on the inside. If you don't see a 45-degree angle, you probably have the raft has put a little lip over there. You can just cut it off just like you do on the sides for the raft, okay? Go ahead and get that off so your 45-degree angles are exposed. All right, number 6, for some reason, I decided that it was important that you go ahead and put the chimney here and apply the chimney on, this is back top roof. This is the back top roof, and I'll tell you more about how to identify the roof pieces and things like that in a minute. But for some reason, it is a good idea to go ahead and put the chimney on piece C. You can clearly see the indentions where it belongs, so go ahead and glue that on, and go ahead and do your chimney on the back top roof, and you can see where it belongs because there's a little cutout indention for the chimney right there on the left hand side. All right, so what I'll do is, since I started talking about the pieces, we'll talk about the roofs first. This, as I said, is back top roof. It has a little cutout on one side for the indention on one side for the chimney. Your bottom back roof, the bottom back roof has nothing on it, okay? Nothing. It has no indentions, no cutouts. It's just plain rectangle, okay? That's on the bottom back. Front top has a shallow cutout in the middle on one side. That is the top front. Middle front has a square indention in the middle. That's middle front. And lower front is the covered porch. It's the smallest roof piece. Piece A is your wall that has the door at the top, and it's got a little indention for your deck piece. Piece C is your chimney piece that you did already. Piece B is the lower back piece. It is a rectangular piece with 3 windows that are the same size all the way at the top. The top back piece is a rectangular piece with 3 similarly sized or exactly sized, same size windows near or in the middle, center. Piece D is your front piece. It has the front door with 2 windows that are very near the front door, and your indentation for your covered porch roof. And the front top piece, the front top wall piece, has an indentation in the center, and the middle window is a different size because it's actually behind something, and it's trying to get us a little more light in there. That's actually behind that. Okay, and this I refer to as piece F in the instructions. This is piece H, which sits on top of F, and then your 2 crazy little roofs sit on top of H. Okay, you have 2 holes in the front of E, and they hold the shortest ground beams in your accessory bag. Okay, and that brings us to number 7. All right, we're on 7. And so 7, I need you to take a pin vise the same size or near the same size as these beams, and make sure your holes in E are cleared out, and make sure they're not too wide because you want it snug, because it makes your putting the roof on easier. You do not want these too large, so make sure you take your time. It's better to have them too snug than to too fat. Next, you're going to take a larger bit and you're going to hollow out the inside of your water wheel so your axle will fit in there. Alright, we do this at the end. Your axle is too long now. I do that so you can shave it down just right so it fits, because it will function and spin if you do it just right. Alright, I put that off to the side. I put the roofs off to the side. I'm going to put piece F, piece H, the crazy roofs off to the side. I'm going to leave my little ground beams because I'm going to need them. I'm going to put the lower and upper back roofs off to the side. I'm going to take the deck, the upper deck, and put it off to the side. And so I'm leaving piece A, B, C, D, the upper wall for the front and the upper wall for the back. I'm leaving these in here with the 2 lower ground beams over here as well, because we need those in just a sec. Alright, we're on number 9 now. Number 9, you need to go ahead and glue your doors into piece D and the upper part of A. Go ahead and glue your doors on there. I'm not going to be doing that part. When we come back, we'll be starting with number 10. All right, we're back and we're with 10, and what we're going to be doing next is we're gluing the floor base to the stone bases. It should fit in tightly. Be sure to glue it in though. All right, so you make sure you remove all the flashing, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my napkin to clean up my mess. And I'm gonna just use a few dots of glue because it fits snugly already. So your Watermill side is on your left, your garage side is on your right. What I usually do is I put in, as I said, y'all, it fits. And then I'll come in okay. Next, you want to make sure your piece A will will fit in because it's snug. You make sure your flashing's off. And so if all your flash is off, A fits in fine. So you see, I tried A, it wouldn't go in. I checked that I made sure all my flash was off. And it went right in. Now I'm going to take piece B and the windows go up top. I don't recommend this glue necessarily, but it is very good if you want to put the model together in a hurry. It has teeth, is what I'm trying to say. And so what I did is I just snapped B into A right there. Now I'll come in with C. Alright, so what I do is I push the 45 into the corner. So I come in at an angle, I push the 45 into the corner, then I snap the piece into place. Alright, because they're tight. They fit. Uh-oh. Alright. Next is piece D. I will apply some glue on the bottom. My 45's already got some on the bottom. I will bring this in. Now I will say that it is better to be a little patient and let things dry, but as you see, we're good. Alright, so main structure of the model is together. Now there's still some work to do. Alright, 13, and if you'll come back and go ahead and put your ground beams in. And the reason why we were supposed to do that already is because it's kind of good if they're drying, although you move them around a lot when you're doing those walls, so might actually end up being better that I'm just now putting them in. So I will have moved that on the instructions because I like that I did them now. So we should be on, we did 11, which was match piece A. We did number 12, which is B through D. Then we're on 13, which is place the ground beams in the holes at the front. And we do that because, again, we're going to do the porch over the top, and if these are dry, it makes it a whole lot easier in a little while. Alright, next, my suggestion is to fit okay, that's good. Alright, next, my suggestion is to apply middle front roof. Reason being, we have something that's gonna, two things that need to use this as support. The indentation goes towards the inside, and you should be able to line them up using the lines on the roof. I like to put mine 2 dashes from the outside. Alright, now you can put this flush to those walls because the piece that's coming, actually the piece that sits on top of them actually does sit on top of it. Alright, doesn't rest on the walls, it rests on the roof. The wall piece above it rests on the roof. There's some little bitty recessed areas you can see kind of in the roof. In Z scale, they're not as defined. In the other scales, they're a little easier to see. So yeah, I would go ahead and do that roof. Now I'm going to very gently swing this around, and I'm going to do the back roof here. Remember that lower back roof was just plain Jane, nothing to it. Alright, if you'll look, you'll see that one side has a 45 on it. I'll point that one out. I use the standing seams to help me center it. I make sure that it's flush up against the walls. If it's centered and up against those walls, I'm good. If we can do this without causing too much trouble. Alright, here's my back. So what I do is I put a dot on the top of each ground beam. That's a bubble, that's not glue, unfortunately. There we go. Alright. And then I do what goes into the little cutout. That drop. All right, everybody, we did do number 20, which is put this covered porch on the roof. the smallest roof piece we applied. Now we got to revert back to 16, and this is piece G. I might have been calling this F before, but that's a mistake. I think this is piece F. Piece G has a little indentation basically for this. Alright, so it goes up front and it goes right behind the middle roof piece. And so I will apply adhesive to the angle sides. I will apply adhesive to the bottom. And the 45s. There we go. So 1 Mississippi 2. Next I'll come in with F, which will be 17, and that's going to go right here right now. Uh-oh. Where I stopped is a great place to let your model dry overnight, or at least for a short time, because you're using those roofs, the middle roofs, as support, and you don't want those things sliding around and stuff. It's kind of like those ground beams at the bottom when you do the roof over the porch. It's a whole lot better. Uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. I needed some adhesive on the top corner. Now, I really like this glue, except for I'm told that it's not good to use because it can break down over time. I also use and recommend highly the Faller's Expert, but you're looking at a different build in regard to time. You have to do basically one piece at a time. Maybe 2 or 3 but you need clamps and clips if you're going to do more than one. Now, it's a good time. I should probably let that dry, but I probably won't for purposes of this video. Now, 18 is they want us to apply the top roof to the front. If we spin around here, all right, your top front roof is the one with the cutout, okay? And so what I'm gonna do is not wanting to mess with that much. Alright. What is important that I do is that I match up this with the cutout, with the this, because that piece slides in there. Now, it is best to let this dry fully before we do this part. We're applying the top back roof. That's the guy with the chimney. You should be able to match your chimney up on the roof, or very closely, with your chimney on here. Remember that your chimney here is fatter than your chimney there, so it will not match up perfectly because this one's fatter going this way because it comes into the home. This piece is a little taller than I want it. Get down there. Get down there. Alright. Now, this glue will begin to set in a minute, and then I can set this piece exactly where it's supposed to be. I need to make sure that this one stayed right before I'm done. This one on the front side is more important than the other side because it's got that piece that fits in there. Oh my goodness. I came to the front view so I could make sure that I stayed lined up. ready. Do this at the very end once it's starting to set, so they will grab a hold of each other and stay. Alright, now we do need to give this a minute to dry before we can do this part. So what we'll do is we can go ahead and put H on top of this piece. I've been calling this F, but it's not F. I'm going to call it H because it goes with H. We'll just call this piece H and HH or something. Alright, now your roof pieces go on top of H, but we probably want to let that dry prior to going on. I could flip this over on its side and go ahead and do the top deck, except for I don't want to mess with these roofs. So what we'll do is we will move on to the water wheel. Let me explain the water wheel here. So we are on 24. Okay, 24. We have to trim the axle on this water wheel so it will fit in here. Okay, because it's a little bit too large. Alright, let me explain. There is a hole right here that's going to take one side, and there is a small slot that starts right here going in about halfway this way. So what we need to do is find the slot in this hole, and you have to trim to get that right. So I'm going to cut not too much. I just trimmed the edges off, cut it down a little bit. And so I'm going to come in here and see if I can get the beam, the axle, into this hole over here to start. I'm good to go. So I put it there and I try to push it in. It's not easy, especially when you're being recorded. Alright, there. I push in. Need to trim a little more. Got it. All right. Now, let's see if we can get it. Uh-oh. Came out of the hole. Alright. Alright. Now, let me come back to my... Uh-oh, let's make sure that stays. Now, I'll come back to my top roofs, pinch them together again. Now they should really be able to hold each other at this point because they've had some time to dry. And so we can prevent any light bleed this way. Yeah, that's stuck pretty good. Still not ready to put that piece in, but I can probably put these roofs on. Except for they're gonna be difficult to do because they touch. I can do it this way. Alright, so what I'll do now is I'm gonna apply glue to H. I'm going to put that there. This one here. I don't know exactly what number this is, but we're kind of running out of pieces, so I figure you're okay. Now what I need to do next is I need to flip this model on its side and put the deck piece in up here. I want to do that actually before I put this on, but I need this roofing to be good and dry, so I might give that a second. There is my dog Gracie. Gracie, you'll have to go inside if you're gonna bark. Yeah, so what I was like I said, so what I need to do is turn the model on the side and you can let that dry like that. Sticking now. It's actually, I can probably turn the model over. Flip the model on its side. I apply glue to piece A in the little cutout area. If you'll look at your deck piece, you can see little bitty places, marks to show you where your beams should go. And if you'll just set this guy in here properly, he will stay. Alright, and so we want to let that dry as well now. We will be back shortly when we can install the final piece. Alright everybody, for time reference, I let this go about 20 minutes and I'm happy with this. It's dried pretty good. Alright, so what I need to do now is put your piece HH and H with roofs into place. Can put a little adhesive in here as well. And you need to make sure that you got all the flash off. Might be too late about the roof, but uh-oh, I knocked my water wheel out. It's back in. All right. I'm gonna hold the roof. I'm gonna take these off for a second so I can see better. I got it. All right, snapped right in there. Now I'll put a little more adhesive on here and here. And then we will come back in. With said roof pieces. Everybody, we need deck railings here. You need to apply your stairs with stair railings here. You also need to apply your beams here and here, and your deck railings here still. And so once you put the stairs on with the railings, the deck railings here, the deck railings here, and your beams to hold up the deck, you're done and you've assembled the scale model Watermill kit from Iron Horse Hobbies. We want to thank you for watching today. We hope that if you have questions or concerns, if you need help, we hope that you'll reach out to us at Iron Horse Hobbies smk@gmail.com. That's Iron Horse Hobbies smk@gmail.com if you have any questions or concerns. All right. It's really a fun little kit to put together. We hope you enjoyed us doing it. It is the Christmas season, so if you have a modeling friend you think might enjoy this model on their layout, don't forget to visit our Etsy store. The link is in the description, everybody. And that's how we assemble a Watermill, everybody. We want to thank you for watching. Remember, we can do this in Z, N, or HO. Please visit our Etsy shop. The link is in the description below. If you're not already a subscriber, we want to encourage you to subscribe. Click the bell icon and share this with your modeling friends. This is Brian with the Iron Horse Model Railroad, thanking you for watching today. Y'all have a good one. Take care.